Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Morgan, CEO of Cleveland Metropolitan School District, and you are watching the District Dish. I'm so excited to be joined here with three of our amazing scholars, and we're excited to hear more from them, but also for them to learn a little bit about me. So really excited for this time and diving in. So why don't you introduce yourself?
My name is Tiana, and I'm in the 12th grade.
My name is Elianis, and I'm in the 11th grade.
My name is Darwin, and I'm in the 10th grade.
Right.
This year and next, how do you plan on building relationships with the students, even considering the things that have happened this year?
Yeah, no, great question. So that's a great question. That will want to ask you guys of things I could be doing. One thing about me, my favorite part of the job is whenever I can get into schools, get a chance to meet with students, and so I'm always trying to figure out the ways to build relationships. I am also, when I tell people this, sometimes it's hard for them to believe, but I'm an introvert by nature. So sometimes I'm like always trying to figure out the best ways of meeting new people and breaking out of that mold. And over time, I've had to learn different ways to, not be as shy and how to build relationships. But if any of you are introverts or on the shyer side, you can learn from me that you can have a role like this where you're constantly in front of people, talking to people, and break through that mold. But I would love to know ways that I can do a better job at building relationships, or things you guys would like to see from me to do, going into next year to help build relationships.
What's one thing that you appreciate about CMSD?
The community. It's a passionate community. Our scholars are passionate. Our parents are passionate. Staff are passionate. Even the community around us are very passionate. And sometimes that can be challenging because everyone has an opinion. But with that, everyone cares. And so I see that this is a community that really cares and has even wrapped their arms around me as a new leader coming into it. And so I'm so excited about that.
So, okay, this question is a little like, I really, it just sometimes, all right, here.
Yeah, go ahead.
It speaks strongly to him.
Do you plan on making school lunches better? Because there are times where I don't even grab lunch and I just go home hungry.
Yeah, this question has come up so many times. I've heard so many different things, and it varies from school to school. So I've heard sometimes there's not enough food. I've heard sometimes there's not fresh food. There are some schools that actually grow their own food and do fresh food. So it looks really different from school to school. There was our Director of Nutrition Services, after once, you guys brought this to me in one of the Student Advisory Council meetings, and our Director of Nutrition Service put out a survey to students. And I believe on many of our different campuses, there was a survey that went out. I don't know if you guys take the survey?
I took the survey.
Yeah, so we learned a lot from that. We learned a lot about how lunches are different across the board. I was also seeing my colleague in St. Louis, she's the superintendent there. She also had heard from students about how they don't like lunches, and she just had a taste testing for kids to pick a new vendor. So that may be something we may look at to see what how can students taste or test taste the different types of food, even if we're not picking a new vendor, just so that we can learn more about the lunches, because it is hard. In one instance, you'll hear a student say, we want more green vegetables, and then the other group is saying, actually, we want more, cheese fries or whatever there are. And those are two completely different things from operation standpoint of how you provide school lunches. So we will continue to seek to learn the student experience and gather feedback from you. And of course, if you guys have any suggestions on things we could be doing to learn more about the experience. I know I've gone out and ate lunch with students, but it's still on an ongoing basis. We just want to know what those pain points are so we can make it better.
If I could, this is just, I'm just saying this, but the French toast, the best.
Okay.
Every time.
See, the French toast. We'll make a note of that. See, yeah, that's good.
Especially the sauce.
I see those posts on Instagram where you be like going around with the other school districts and other school students. I feel like that's really good. One of my favorite ones that I actually saw that you do was go on like the RTA bus with the kids and go with them and see how far that they go, because that's like a really big issue around like the whole school with this travel also.
Yeah, no, that's really great. I mean, that's a segue to one question I had. That's perfect. It's perfect timing, because I did have a question really around that, and I'm always trying to figure out ways to get the student experience. I did ride RTA. I did ride the yellow school buses, even for our elementary students, and always am trying to find safer routes. And so from your perspective, how do each of you guys get to school? Do you guys take RTA?
I take the RTA.
I get driven.
Okay, you drive?
I walk here.
You walk, okay. So 3 different experiences, particularly from here from the RTA and then the walker, and even you could chime in if you want to here. What are things we could be doing to make it safer?
I think personally with RTA, I feel like it depends on the time the student leaves. I'm very active in community, like the community and like clubs after school.
Yeah.
So I can get home around like 6:30 p.m. and during like the winter it gets dark.
Yeah.
And when you go to RTA at that time, it just seems unsafer because there's a lot of people that you don't know there. I don't know how you would help with the safety, but I would just try to get more safer routes.
How far are you coming?
Not far.
Okay.
I don't go too far from here. I take the bus because I live like 30 minutes by walking.
Okay. Yeah.
So the bus doesn't go that far,
Yeah.
but still the place is still like kind of dangerous if you go.
Yeah, that's interesting perspective. When I wrote the RTA with the students from Garrett Morgan's on the near west side. They were coming all the way from the east side, and so like in the winter time, it definitely is really dark because it's like 6 a.m. when they're traveling, and it could take up to an hour. And so, aside of just making those routes safer, we're also trying to figure out what does it look like? Like if there was a school, but you're close by, but if there was a school that was closer to where you live, like if you could get this experience closer to where you live, would you choose that school, or would you would still travel?
Yeah, there's like one summer where I was far and I did have to take the bus really early in the morning to get to John Marshall. If there was a school closer, I would go to that school.
Yeah, those are things we're looking at. Walker experience.
Honestly, getting here in the morning, it isn't that bad, but I will say this. The most annoying part is seeing my friends in cars while they see me walking. Every single time, they'd be like, "Hey, Darwin, is that you?" And I'm like, man, Or like they would see me walking out my house and just trying to get here. But honestly, getting here in the morning, it's not that bad. But like, and especially after school, I don't really like leaving like really early, like the moment the bell rings to like leave. It's because like it's so packed and there's so many people outside, and I don't feel like just walking with them. Yeah. So that's why I do sports too. It's like so I could just just do that practice, and then when I'm done, it's like 4 or like sometimes it's like 4 or 4:30. There's like no one around, so I'm like, okay, I could just do this. I could just get home, boom, and done.
Do you have a buddy you walk with?
In the morning, yes, I do. When I leave though, I don't know. I just walk on my own, but I'm pretty confident I could defend myself if anything happens.
That's good, Darwin. Yeah, I in the mornings I either go to the gym or I run in the morning, and sometimes in the morning when I'm running, I actually see students that are walking, and I always wonder what that experience is because we want students to be safe. So thank you guys for sharing that. I don't know if there's anything you would chime in there. No? Okay, got it. Well, now I know we're going to get to some more serious questions, but I want to do a couple of fun questions that you guys can have insight for. So I've not had a life this year, outside of really the job. And one thing I'm always trying to figure out are new TV shows to watch. And I just need to know what are those shows that I should be watching or binge watching when I have time.
Black Mirror. It's on Netflix. It has like 7 seasons. It's really good.
About that one. Okay. Is that like the video game or something like that?
It's more like, I feel like it's just a take on technology and how it could change the world.
Okay.
So it's kind of like horror, thriller.
I like those. So, yep. Okay. I'll take that one. Yep.
Well, if you have time to watch 22 seasons that consist of like 30 episodes each, I would say Grey's Anatomy is pretty good.
Yeah, Shonda Rhimes, I watched How to Get Away with Murder.
I
watched that whole series.
Yeah.
I have not watched Grey's Anatomy,
You should.
but okay.
If you have the time
I'll
to,
check that one. Okay, yep.
A show, I really like it, and it's somewhat old, but I really like this show, and I've watched it like twice now, and it's been getting popular again. But the Avatar, if you ever watched it, you should really watch that.
Now, where's that? Where's it streaming?
It's
on Netflix.
It's Netflix. Okay.
The cartoon version, though.
Okay.
Not the new one.
Not the new. Now, is it?
It's not that bad.
Is it connected to the movie Avatar? Like, is it this or no?
No,
no.
Two different avatars.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
There's a blue one and a bald one.
Okay.
Two different ones.
These are good suggestions and things I should know because I definitely am always looking for new shows. The other thing, so that I'm pretty new at, Well, what's funny, Facebook started when I was in college. So I did join Facebook when I was in college. Before then, there was a thing called MySpace and Black Planet. Like, these were things way back in the day when social media was in its heyday. But I'm pretty new relatively to social media. I've been on Twitter maybe for maybe about 7 years, and I started my Instagram page when I came here. And I don't think I'm the best at it. I always try to post things that are happening at work, but I want to make sure I'm using it to get messages out to scholars or to our families. And so, do you guys have any tips of how to utilize social media, things I should be doing to make it better? You did say you're seeing my videos, like the bus tours or different things. Any advice you have for me?
Oh, I have some advice, okay?
Yeah,
Since you're like school oriented and your demographic is students and parents, I feel like what you're doing right now is pretty good.
Okay.
What you're involving the community, you're doing stuff with the school, and you're posting that. All you have to do, honestly, in my opinion, is just keep posting. And you said that you're on Instagram. If you wanted to get on TikTok is a whole different ballpark, in my opinion.
Okay.
TikTok,
I say he should do a follow for a follow.
Don't do a follow for a follow.
No, it works. If they follow you, you just follow them back.
Just follow them back.
It
Okay,
works.
got it. It works. Okay,
It
got
works.
it. This helps. This helps.
All I'm saying is you just gotta keep uploading.
Okay, keep uploading.
That's the
keep
main
at it.
thing.
Persistence.
Yeah,
I
you
like that.
keep being persistent.
Build up your base.
Build up the base. I
Build
love
up
it.
the
That's
base.
great.
Actually, something I would add too is tags too. Like if you add certain
Hashtag.
yeah, because
Oh, you can
people
try to put hashtag.
yeah,
Make
because
a
if people
slogan. Make
right,
a
right, right.
Ah, I like
Right.
that.
And like people have like certain filters and stuff, like, you know, let's say you want to see fighter jets, right?
Yeah.
And you like a lot of videos that have that, and there's like a specific tag that keeps on showing up. Then the algorithm's gonna be like, oh, okay, you know, I'm gonna just show you more videos on this type of stuff, right? But I'm
man.
not, I'm not the best at this kind of stuff. I barely post.
You guys are, schooling me on things I don't even know about. So hey, this is helpful. Thank
It's
you
okay,
so
we're
much.
on the same track because I don't even have social
That's
media.
right.
I'm just stepping into
Yeah,
talk,
yeah,
to be
well,
honest.
you chimed in pretty well, so
Yeah,
that's
thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
But if any
All
of y'all
right.
want to follow me on
All right,
Instagram.
well, I believe the next question, Tiana, I have it's you.
Okay. Throughout your term, what is one thing that surprised you?
Oh man, there's been a lot. I would say, I mean, when I got this job and even interviewing, which I know Aliana, she was on my interview committee, people said this is hard, and that was an understatement. Like, it is the hardest thing I've ever done. And it's hard in different ways. Like, people, I talk to people all the time, they'll say, oh, it must be the kids. Are the kids hard? And I'm like, the kids are the least hard part about the job. And when they say the kids, they mean like the challenges some of our students may face, or just the challenges of the system. That's not the hard part of the job. And so I'm learning new things about myself. I think the biggest thing is having a real stance of humility, because in this role, everyone is going to be telling you what they want, what you should be doing, how you should be doing it better. And it takes a step back of just saying, okay, how can I constantly improve? How can I listen? How can I learn? And not taking anything seriously. And so that has surprised me. But from it, I've grown so much, just even in this year. Yeah. Well, this has been a lot of fun, and thank you for your candid questions. It's just been a blast. So once again, I am Dr. Morgan, and you've been watching The District Dish.